Hi, my name is Gustavo Olivares and I'm here to talk a little bit about grammar. First of all, I'm going to start with parts of the speech. There are two different main or major word classes, which are content words and function words. The former one, they are an open system, they are infinite in number, they carry out the meaning, they are typically inflected, and they are expressed in the sentence. These are the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Well, the second one, they are function words. They are a closed system. They are limited in number. They are typically uninflected, and they are not stressed in the speech. These are the prepositions, conjunctions, determinants, and pronouns. For the second one, we have the patterns. If I'm not mistaken, yes, clause patterns. In this one, we have that in a clause we have different patterns which are only 7, and the sentence can be they may be only one of them, which are SV, subject and verb, SVO, subject, verb and object, SVC as a subject, verb and complement, SVA, subject, verb and adverbial, SVOO, double O, subject, verb, a direct or indirect object, and vice versa. SVOC, which is subject, verb, object, and complement. And for the last one, we have SVOCA, yes, which are subject, verb, object, and adverbial. For the third one, we have the constituents. These are also 7 as the previous one. They are subject, predicate, and which are the compulsory constituent. In the predicate, we must have a verb, a conjugated verb or final verb, which will determine if there will be more than just 3 constituents in the sentence. For example, they can be direct object, indirect object, complement, and adverbials. Some examples of that is that subject is who or what does the action. The predicate is what it said about the subject. The verb indicates the action, the state, referring to the subject. Direct object receives the effect of the verb, and indirect object receives the effect of the direct object. Complement expresses the characteristics of the subject, and adverbials, they indicate when, where, how, and among others. The following is prepositions, and prepositions are the following. Prepositions indicate time, place, direction, agent, instrument, material, and possession. Some examples are given in here. For example, she comes by bus every day. By, in this case, is the preposition. Another example is he was born in 1945. In explain the role of preposition. Now I'm going to talk about the difference between some concepts. The first one is adverbs and adverbials. The main difference between adverb and adverbials relies on the fact that adverb is a word class, a part of a speech. Meanwhile, adverbial is a syntactic unit that performs the function of adverbs. In this case, they act as modifiers of the verb phrase. Secondly, we have direct and indirect object. Well, first of all, an object in the sentence refers to someone or something that it's involved in the subject's performance on the verb. A direct object answers the question what or whom, and indirect object answers the question to whom, for whom, and for what. Thirdly, we have the difference between nouns and pronouns. Well, nouns are used to name people, to name places, to name objects, events, occurrences. I don't know. They are classified as common, proper, countable, abstract, many of them. And an example of that is that, for example, if I say, meet my neighbor Juan, who is a singer, for example. In this case, Juan is the noun, and a pronoun is a word that can replace or play the role of a noun in a sentence. They can be demonstrative, indefinitive, interrogative, among others. And using the same example, I can say that, for example, meet my neighbor Juan, who is a singer. In this case, who is a pronoun, and it's replacing Juan. Do not repeat that again to make the sentence very, very boring. Now, the difference between auxiliary verbs and lexical verbs is that the lexical verbs are verbs that that express meaning or content and as action, occurrence, or state, and the other, which are auxiliary verbs, they show grammatical meaning. For example, tense, voice, aspect, emphasis, or even mood. And for the last thing, I can say that the difference between the transitive and intransitive verbs is that the former one requires specifically both indirect and direct object to have a meaningful to have a complete meaningful sentence. Nevertheless, intransitive verbs requires neither indirect nor or direct object to have a meaningful sentence. For example, if I say my old cat died, I need no direct object nor indirect object, but I cannot say, for example, the child gave and stay there. I must have a direct object and an indirect object to have a complete meaningful sentence. Because, for example, I can complement that saying that the child gave his mom a hug, and then we can have a complete meaningful sentence. Thank you for listening, and hope this is not going to happen again. Bye.